Today we're going to dive into the 5 key strategies for attracting elite digital marketing talent for your agency. In today's competitive market, it's not enough just to have a great strategy, right? We have to actually have the great talent and the great team that implements those strategies on behalf of our client. So if you're trying to figure out how do we attract those great team members that can plug in, generate the results, hold the standards, you're going to want to watch this video. So as you grow and scale your digital marketing agency, we find that you got to replace yourself from a lot of the different areas within the business, right? Usually, you become the agency owner, you already know a little bit about how to do websites and SEO and pay-per-click or whatever it is that you're selling. You've got some skills in sales and positioning for yourself, and you start to go out and get clients, right? And as you start to get those clients, you're taking a lot of the work yourself. But at a certain point, you recognize that if I'm going to grow and have a business that provides freedom that actually delivers the results that we want for our clients and has ultimate scalability, I've got to remove myself from the day-to-day, right? And so eventually you start to map out an organizational chart for your agency as you grow, as you scale, right? And ideally, you're sitting up here as the visionary within the business. Here's where we're going. Here's the services we offer. Here's how we're going to grow the business and really the vision for the organization. And you put an integrator in place, but you've got all of these different roles you need to fill. If you're going to deliver world-class results for the clients, you've got web development and content. You've got operations, paid search, SEO, social media. You've got account managers. There's lots of people that we need to hire, that we need to place. And we need to get really good at attracting world-class talent. And so that's what I want to walk through is what are some of the key strategies we've found that works best to get the right people, to get them in place, and to get them ramped up as quickly as possible so you can hit the ground running. First things first, as you think about attracting great talent, you need to start with position and role clarity, right? I think sometimes we kind of get ahead of ourselves. We're like, I need someone to do SEO, right? And so we say, oh, let's put an ad up for SEO and let's go hire that person. And we got ahead of ourselves because we need to get clear, what is that position? What is it that they're going to do day in and day out? What are their expectations? What can we pay for that role? How does that impact our gross margins, right? We need to get really clear on the position and get that role clarity as the first step before hiring for any position within our agency. What I recommend is you put together a job description, which is here's the vision for the role, here's what the expectations are, here's what the compensation would be, here's some of the key traits we'd be looking at to hire somebody in this role. Has to start there as you look to attract world-class talent. Number 2 is we've got to put together the job description, which is if we're going to go post that job, or we're going to put it out there in the universe, what's the position? Why would somebody want to do this? What's the opportunity that somebody would be excited about becoming part of? We want to put together almost like a copywritten job description that makes you stand out. Remember, the good talent that you're looking to hire is attractive. They've got lots of opportunities. You need to be sure that they're sold on why they might want to consider coming to work with you versus staying where they're at or working for a different agency. Number 3 is we've got to promote the job. We got to get that job out there. And there's lots of different ways to promote your job and to kind of get the attention of the people within your space. First and foremost, you should start with your internal sphere of influence, your internal network. And I know we often want to jump straight to Indeed, or we want to jump straight to the job boards, and there's a place for that. But the reality is some of the best talent that's going to be attracted to work with you directly and with your business directly might be a friend, might be a family member, might be a friend of a friend that already knows somebody. And so I recommend start off by posting on your personal profile, posting on your company profile, asking your existing team members if they know somebody that would be a good fit for the role. Start with your internal sphere of influence and then go to the third-party job boards. Obviously, the 100-pound gorilla in this space is Indeed.com. A lot of the best talent you're going to find is on Indeed. And so, whether it's Indeed or it's LinkedIn, or if maybe you're hiring for more freelance type work, Upwork, we want to get the job out there and make sure we've got the attention of the applicants that may apply. Number 4 is I'm a big fan of video-based screening, especially for positions where they're going to have to interact, they're going to have good communication skills. Indeed or Video Ask are great ways to do this. If you put a job up and people start to apply for that position, you're going to get flooded with applicants. And as a busy entrepreneur, unless you've got someone in charge of recruiting, you're going to get buried. I got all these applicants. I don't know who I should meet with, right? And maybe you start to call people back and you have these short conversations. It will suck days, if not weeks of your life per position that you need to fill. And so one shortcut we found that works really well is have them shoot a video in advance. Hey, look, if you're interested in the role, we're going to have a video-based application process. Click here and answer these 4 questions. Like, why do you think you're a good fit for the position? What's your background that is going to play nicely here? Why should we choose you versus any of the other talent that we have? And what are your income and salary expectations? Most lazy people that did a mass application are going to ignore the video interview. They're just going to, you know what, I'll wait for someone to call me. The small percentage of people that shoot a video saves you a ton of time, because now you know there are people that are serious about this, they've spent a little bit of time, and they're interested. The other great aspect of it is if they need to communicate, like an account management role, knowing how they speak, knowing how they present themselves, knowing kind of what their setup is, especially if you're hiring virtually, is super important. And so you can, out of a handful of people that apply, have a couple of standouts that are worth the time and energy then to meet with and to have an interview with. We found that adding a video screening process saved us a lot of time, helped us get some really good talent, and I recommend you do that even for an SEO or pay-per-click position, because in a lot of cases you need those people to be able to communicate internally and to have those skills that carry forward. Number 5, as it relates to hiring world-class talent, this is just an example of the video application process. Hey, this is the position, let's go. Video Ask can do that. Indeed also has a built-in process where you just get videos from people that is very similar but without the personal touch of you on it. Number 5, mission critical to hire good talent is having a pre-hire assessment process, because as entrepreneurs, we're busy. We've got a problem. If we're looking to hire for a position, we got a problem we need solved quickly. I'm a big believer that we want to hire slow, fire fast. Hire slow, fire fast. And we want to make sure we get the right people on board, because hiring the wrong candidate, investing the time to train them up, can be super costly for your agency and for your team. And what we found is having pre-hire assessments can massively change the game and how effective you are at getting the right people in the right seats within your organization. My favorite pre-hire assessment is called a Kolbe assessment, and you can get it by going to wherewithal.com. And this is an assessment you have the applicant spend 15 minutes to take their Kolbe assessment. And Kolbe basically rates them on fact finder, follow through, quick start, and implementer. And what we found is most agency owners, myself included, are high quick start, low follow through. High quick start means we get a new idea, we're excited about it, and we're like, hey, let's go. And we like hit the ground running, but a week later, 2 weeks later, our follow through is so low that we haven't gotten it done. And what we need to do is hire people that can counterbalance that within your organization. You want to hire high follow-through people in pretty much every role within your business. Quick start people tend to be very charismatic, speak well, but in a lot of cases, they aren't the ones that are going to do the job day in and day out and be consistent and be steady. And so if you can hire people that are higher follow-through, it can be a game changer, because those people stay with you long term. They're not the kind of people that flake out month 2, month 3. They're loyal, right? If you're paying them fairly, you give them a clear opportunity, they'll stick with you. They'll do the work. And so just as an example, this is our operational director that's been with us for going on a decade now. Low quick start, 2, high follow through, 8, high fact finder, 7. For different roles, you might shift with how much you prioritize fact finder. But fact finder is, do they do their research? Do they like to know what's going on? Are they going to like figure it out, or are they just going to go off the cuff? And so while all of this stuff's important, high follow through for me is the mission critical element that we're looking for in hiring. And you want to counterbalance yourself. So if you happen to be super high follow through, then maybe you can get away with getting someone a more quick start. But for the most part, you're looking for high follow through on a Kolbe assessment. So those are the 5 keys for attracting world-class talent for your digital marketing agency. Hope this was helpful. As you look to scale your agency, I put together a how to scale workbook that really walks you through the key positions you need to hire for, the Kolbe assessments you might want to match to, some of the pre-written job postings and things like that. You can access that by going to sevenfigureagency.com/scale, sevenfigureagency.com/scale. If you have follow-up questions, let me know in the comments. If you have other things that you're doing that's helping you attract great talent and retain great talent in your agency, let me know that in the comments as well. So that's it for today. If you got value, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I can't wait to see how you grow and scale your agency.